it is a mammoth effort 24/7, and that we won't rest until we get that to the front line. But there's been a huge number of people who have worked incredibly hard to get us as far as we have, with the number of complaints about lack of PPE falling, and making sure we get that PPE. So the important thing here is to pay tribute to the fact that everybody working together has been doing their level best to make this happen. The distribution of 761 million pieces of kit doesn't happen by magic. It happens by hard graft by a lot of people. And so I thank them for what they're doing, because it's sometimes, unsung work getting the logistics right at behind an operation. And so I'm really grateful to everybody who's done what they have, and I've set them an incredibly difficult target, which is to make sure that every single person gets the PPE that they need. Well, very sadly, we have seen NHS workers die. We've seen a total of 19 on the latest figures, and I feel that I feel so strongly for each one because they're part of the NHS family, and my heart goes out to their friends and their loved ones. And this is why the PPE question is so important, to make sure people get the support that they need. That's why I've set this incredibly challenging target that everybody should have the PPE that they need. The distribution of this equipment is a very, very complicated task. But I don't, I don't. It would be organizationally, I could say, well, so long as we get the PPE to the hospitals, it's their job to distribute it properly. I don't accept that. I take responsibility for making sure that everybody gets the protective equipment that they need. That is my job. And as I say, we've moved mountains, but there's clearly more that needs to be done, and I'm perfectly prepared to be open and transparent about the challenges that remain, because that will help us to rise to those challenges. No, we're quite careful to practice social distancing inside government. I've been on more Zoom conferences than ever before. And I'm at home now, and in our offices, we spread out the chairs around the tables. I think though that we have worked closely together, and you know, but what matters is that everybody follows the rules. I mean, I keep returning to this, but that's because it's such an important point.